Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to have a look at the construction steps of RoboCat as a part of Robotics Programming Level 1 and 2 course. We are going to construct the RoboCat. While constructing the RoboCat, we are going to practice this 2 degrees of freedom, and we are also going to practice oscillatory motion using different parts. So let's go to step 1. In step 1, we have one square plate and two rectangular plates connected by two L connectors and 4 nut and bolts on this side and two L connectors and 4 nut and bolts on this side. We'll go to the next step. In step 2, we are going to connect two C plates to act as a base using two nut and bolts this side here and two nut and bolts this side here. Please observe the slit direction of the square plate carefully. Let's go to the next step. Here we are going to connect one DC motor with motor shaft, and then we are going to place one small gear and one spacer. If you can see here, there is a spacer below the small gear. We are also going to connect one flat connector here using one bolt. So it is creating holes, and we are going to use this hole to place our big gear, which is going to mesh with our small gear here. In the next step, we have one square plate and we are connecting two flat connectors using one bolt and nut each here. That looks like the ears of a RoboCat. And we are also going to connect one spacer and one nut bolt here, one spacer and one nut bolt here, which will act as the nose of the RoboCat. This entire assembly is connected to gear B using two L connectors and 4 nut and bolts. If you see here, these bolts, the tail have come out. That means the bolt which is connected to the gear and the L connector, head is down and tail is up. Let's go to the next step. Now here we are going to insert the head which we connected in the assembly which we had connected earlier. And I told you that there is a hole. Through that hole, we have put one small axle, and on that axle we have put this assembly and locked it using two shaft locks, one below this square plate and one above this gear here. We have also secured small gear using one shaft lock. Here we have connected the second motor, and we have also placed two spacers on the motor shaft. We have created a fulcrum point using one 1.5 inch bolt and nut. This is connected very tightly. We'll call this assembly as assembly A. In the next step, we are creating assembly B. Now this is a little complex creation, so pay attention very carefully. First, we'll take this flat rotator and we'll take 1 inch bolt and attach that 1 inch bolt to this flat rotator here, and we will secure it very tightly. Then we are going to put a spacer, and after the spacer we are going to attach a flat rotator, and this one is attached using a loosely coupled nut. Then we are going to connect 1 inch bolt to this flat rotator. The bolt will be coupled tightly, and then we'll put one spacer ahead of that. And when I'm talking about connecting the bolt, it is connected to this flat rotator tightly. We are not yet talking about this nut here. Then we'll create this single bar assembly. We'll attach one flat rotator using one nut bolt so that we create a hole on this side. Similarly, we'll attach the second flat rotator here using one nut bolt to create a hole here. Now this complete single bar assembly is mounted on this flat rotator assembly using one loosely coupled nut here. This is our push-pull rod and pendulum rod assembly. Let's understand that. So this is going to be mounted on the motor shaft. Motor shaft is our earth point, and so this point is mounted on the motor shaft. This here in between flat rotator is our push-pull rod, a small push-pull rod. And this entire is our pendulum rod, where this is the point which is going to be mounted on the fulcrum point. Please go through this step carefully, because if you make mistakes in this step, the tail of the robot will not move properly. Let's go to next step now, where we are going to mount this assembly B on the assembly A. Now here what we have done is we have mounted the square hole of our first flat rotator onto the motor shaft and secured it with the shaft lock. Then we have put two spacers onto the fulcrum point along with one shaft lock to create some space, and then mounted this assembly B's circular hole and then secured it with a nut, but that is loosely coupled. And that completes our RoboCat. Now we see here we have small gear and big gear combination. That means head is going to turn slowly. And here we are directly attached this tail assembly to the motor, so it is going to wag a little faster. What did we do? We constructed the RoboCat. We have practiced 2 degrees of freedom, because in our robot we have 2 different motions using 2 motors. And we also have practiced oscillatory motion, but this time using different parts. We have used just a flat rotator to act as push-pull rod. I hope you will love making this robot. And in the next video, we are going to talk about programming this RoboCat.